My name is Peggy Voltolina. I grew up in New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm married with 3 children and 7 grandchildren. I've been doing Montessori education for over 21 years. My business is Montessori Christian Academy, and I am the director and owner of that school. We start at 6 weeks, and we have grown to 3rd grade now. I got my education at Cabrini High School in New Orleans, went on to Delgado and then Ashford University in early childhood administration, and I am certified in Montessori and have been for almost 20 years. I've been in the Montessori education world for over 21 years. Maria Montessori believed that children from birth to 6 did not learn like you and I, but absorbed things in their environment. For example, when you have a newborn baby, they're constantly watching your mouth so that they can learn to speak. They watch you walk, they watch everything. So in this environment, everything in the environment is tactile, sensory. It makes a child love to learn because it's fun, but they're learning. We were in business for almost 10 years. And then COVID struck. We stayed open until April 3rd, when my enrollment went from 52 children to 4 children, and I have 11 teachers. Before the shutdown, we cleaned, we did everyday normal things. If the children were sick, we had a sick policy, no green noses, no bad coughs, a fever, they went home. We didn't have to have a doctor's note as long as they were fever-free. I thought for sure we'd be back in a couple of weeks. We just had 4 children. The parents were more than understanding. Most parents were working from their home. And I said, we'll be back. In a little while, we'll be back. And I closed the doors thinking, I'll be back in a couple of weeks. And as the time went by, when I come out of this school, just no children, no laughter. It was a hard time. When we closed the doors for COVID, I didn't know that we would have to be closed for so long. I thought, this will all be over. We'll be back at work in a month. And then it kept going on. And we remained closed, and it kept going on. And I didn't know how we were going to make bills. I thought that by June, we'd be able to open for summer camp. So I promised all the parents that when they returned their April tuition, because we closed April 3rd, when we returned, they'd get the first month free. But we couldn't return. And I told all the teachers to collect unemployment because I didn't know when we would return. We went all the way through June and July. and parents were ready for their children to return. So I made the decision to open back up on August 3rd. My parents didn't have to pay to come back. So I literally opened the doors with hardly any money. And we struggled, and we're still struggling, but the children are back. And there's laughter again, and there's joy. And they were so happy to come back, and the teachers were so happy to come back. And our world is different. It's very different. We have to wear masks. The parents are not allowed in the building. We have a car line now where we go to the car with our mask on. We take the children's temperature and we take the children and bring them in. So my job has been to reassure the parents and the teachers to make sure everything's clean. We clean all day long and disinfect and wear masks. And the children don't like the mask. And the babies pull them off of our faces. It's quite a different world. Children need to see expressions on teachers' faces. They need to see joy and happiness. They need to see when a teacher is upset. They have to learn to read people's expressions. It's so important. And my prayer is that everyone moves forward and gets past this as one unit, free to make their own choices. That's what this country is about.